Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a little while since I made a video, but I decided that I would do a pickups video today. It's been a little while since I've shown you guys what I've been picking up. Um, Gaming for me lately has included a whole lot of Final Fantasy 15 whenever I have the time. I've been really enjoying that game, continuing to enjoy it. I think I've logged about 40 some hours into it. So that's been really cool. Also, over Thanksgiving, Ashley's sister and her husband came out, so we all actually spent a whole bunch of time playing Mario Kart on the Wii U and had a complete and absolute blast, and that was very, very sweet. Thad, my brother-in-law, while he was here, he actually played some Zelda Wind Waker, and he said that it's been 20 years since he played a Zelda game. And actually, he had such a good time that when he got home, he bought a Wii U with Mario Kart and Zelda Wind Waker, so I thought that was really cool. I'm really excited for him getting to dive back into some Zelda. I mean, that's just awesome. That's like what I love to hear about, like people rediscovering things that they forgot about, that they love. Alright, there's a little intro. Anyways, wanted to get to some of these games that I've picked up. I posted about this on my gaming Facebook. There's a little bit of a story that goes along with this. I couldn't believe it. So I was in the car. I have a long trek from school back home. That's about an hour and 15 minutes. And when I do that, a lot of times I'll listen to YouTube videos. And one of the videos I was listening to on this particular day was Adam Koralik talking about his Wii U collection. He talked about how he had trouble tracking down Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. And I thought that was odd. So as I'm driving home, I was just kind of tired, and I saw Walmart, and I decided to stop and just kind of go browse through their games just for the heck of it. I wasn't planning to buy anything. And so while I was doing that, he was talking about this game, that he was having trouble finding. And I walked up to the Wii U games, and I saw a copy of this sitting there, and I was like, huh, well, that's funny. It must not be that rare. Maybe he just couldn't find it where he was. So I didn't think much of it. I left it, went home. A week passed, and I was in a Facebook collecting group, Nintendo Trade and Collect, and a member there posted that he was looking for this game and that he couldn't find it. So finally I was like, okay, there's a couple people now that have said that they couldn't find this game. So I look it up on eBay and I see these prices of 100 to 125 bucks, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what? I just saw this game at the store the other day. Like, how is this rare? And so I was like, oh, okay, well, that's what people are asking, this is some fluke. I checked the sold listings, though, and it was the same thing. I was like, damn. So when I checked, it was actually about 4 in the morning, and I had been having trouble sleeping. I was tossing and turning, and so I found out that this game that I had just seen at Walmart earlier in the week was, like, super rare, apparently, and people were scrambling trying to find copies of it. So I jumped in my car. I went to Walmart, which was about an hour away, and checked, and they actually had 2 copies left. So I was able to pick up both copies, and I actually stuck one of them on eBay. I was able to sell it for like 110 bucks. So basically I got to buy this game for about 15. So that was really fun. That was cool to actually come out on top a little bit there. And now I have a really rare game for the Wii U in my collection, which is great. Awesome. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, if I'm going to keep it sealed or play it. Anyways, little story for you. So, something that happened to me today, I stopped by the store, and I was able to pick up Hydro Thunder for 20 bucks. This is the gray cart, which is actually worth more and is more uncommon. I wouldn't say it's rare necessarily, but it's pretty uncommon. That was a really good deal for this. I was really happy to stumble upon that. I have the blue version already. I love this game so much. Like, this game I go back to all the time. Whenever I need to just totally zone out and, like, I don't want to think too much and I just want to play a game and just have fun and just, like, no stress, this is such a go-to. Ashley and I actually were at an arcade about a year ago. It was for my last birthday. She took me to the arcade, and we played Hydro Thunder on the arcade, and we both just absolutely loved it. So I ended up picking it up for the N64 here, and we both got super into it, had a lot of fun. Ashley got really good at it. We've unlocked almost everything. There's a couple bonus stages that I haven't gotten to yet, but I'll definitely get to those at some point. I actually picked it up also for the Dreamcast, so I'm excited to play that eventually. I want to get the PlayStation version also, and then I'll have all the versions. It'd be really cool to get it boxed for the N64. I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but that would be really sweet. If you have an N64, I highly recommend Hydro Thunder. It is a fun boat racing game. I am not into racing games even, but that game is just a blast. On eBay was Final Fantasy IV for the Nintendo DS. This is actually a 3D version of the game that has voice acting. It's totally updated. It's very new and different from the old version. I'm excited to get to play that eventually. Looking forward to it. Today I also picked up a copy of Xenogears. This is probably the 4th copy of this game that I own, and I will not be letting this one go at all, ever again. I'm keeping it. This is one of those games that, man, so many people talk about how incredible and amazing it is, and unfortunately, I've never actually been able to finish the game. I've started it twice. The first time I got probably 8 hours into it, and then stopped. That was way back. That was when I was like a teenager. I didn't get all the way through it, got sidetracked something, and then I ended up selling it and buying something else. And then a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, I played it, and I got further than I had before, and then something else again. I got sidetracked, and then I ended up selling it. And so now I finally have found a really good condition, black label copy of the game. I'm not letting it out of my sight this time. And I'm also absolutely, this is on my bucket list. I have to play this game and get all the way through it. One thing that was a little bit hard for me when I was playing it, I think you do battling outside of mechs and then you do it inside of mechs. And for some reason when you get inside the mechs, I just didn't love it that much. This time when I go through it again, I'm going to really just like push through, make myself play it, get through whatever it was that was holding me back, because people just bow down to this game and talk about how it's so much more than a game, really. Like, they talk about the depth that it goes into with philosophy and religion and spirituality, and really grapples with some serious issues that I want to experience. I want to know what everybody's talking about. So I'm definitely going to get into this at some point. I was on a local Facebook group and saw that somebody was posting their Nintendo Game Boy Advance. What's really cool about this is that it comes with a lot of connectors. You can connect to different Game Boys. It's got a car adapter. It's got the case. It's got a little case for game in there. This was a good deal. The Game Boy's in good shape itself. I got it for like 20 bucks, which I was like, yeah, if I was buying those cords and stuff on eBay, which I wanted to own them anyways, I probably would have spent that. So it's cool that I get to have the original Game Boy Advance version. I play my Game Boy Advance SP the most. I would love to get the original Game Boy Advance modded so that it's backlit. I think that would be amazing because I really like the style of the Game Boy Advance. Here's another one that I picked up. I picked this up because it was $3 and because it's complete in box Sega Genesis game. You know, for $3 you can't go wrong with a complete in box Sega Genesis game. Plus it's racing. You know, it's not anything too exciting, but it's not like it's a basketball game or something. So picked that up, couldn't pass it up. I also saw this game. I don't know anything about it, but I figured, what the heck, it's probably not too bad. It's on the PS2. You know, it was only $5 and it was complete and in good shape, and I was just like, shoot, that might be fun to try. Another game that I picked up, this was a game that I bought way back in the day when I first had my PS2. I remember buying this game for 50 bucks, walking into Meijer, being so excited too, because it was like a anime shooting game. So I don't remember it being very good. I remember it actually being pretty shitty. But I'm going to leave some room for maybe the fact that I was a kid and maybe I just didn't understand it. So I really want to try this again and see if maybe I can get a little bit further with it. Other games that I picked up, I'll just fly through these pretty quick. Super Sega Sega Superstars Tennis for the PS2. Mortal Kombat Armageddon, The Simpsons Road Rage, and I'm really excited about this game, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. People say that this is probably the best original Xbox exclusive game on the system. The only other game that I've played on the system was Shenmue 2, which was great and wonderful. So I've had way too many people talk to me about this game, tell me that I should play it, that it's one of the best games I've ever played. So that will happen at some point. Another game that I actually forgot about, I bought Zone of the Enders way back on the PS2, and when I bought it, I was actually buying it primarily because it had a Metal Gear Solid 2 demo, but I did play through the game back in the day. This has the original game and a sequel in an HD collection for the PS3, so that's pretty exciting. I would like to revisit this and just see what I'm forgetting, because I can barely remember the game. Like, there's so much that I just is foggy to me, like the main character, what was going on in the story, it really escapes me. Granted, I was like 12 years old when I played it, so that's probably why. Alright guys, I guess that pretty much wraps it up, so thanks. Talk to you later. Peace out. Jebba Game and Jaws.